Hello, my name is Silva, and I'm a PhD candidate at West Virginia University. For my dissertation research, I am evaluating the relationship between watershed-scale anthropogenic land use practices and wetland ecosystem health. Wetlands are valuable ecosystems that help improve the water quality of their watersheds. These ecosystems intercept water from surface runoff and floods, then slowly sequester and store pollutants, excess nutrients, and sediments, and eventually release cleaner water into our lakes, rivers, oceans, and underground aquifers. But despite their benefits, wetlands are not comprehensively protected from watershed-scale anthropogenic land use practices. One of the reasons for this is our limited understanding of how human land use practices impact wetland ecosystem health. Wetlands in West Virginia, USA, contain a diverse array of freshwater wetlands that drain into two ecologically and economically vital watersheds, that is the Chesapeake Bay and the Gulf of Mexico. Therefore, wetlands in West Virginia play an essential role in helping improve the quality of water that enters the Chesapeake Bay and Gulf of Mexico. West Virginia's landscape is also utilized for an assortment of anthropogenic land use practices ranging from fossil fuel industries to federally protected national forests. We hypothesize that harmful watershed-scale anthropogenic land use practices will negatively impact wetland ecosystem health and consequently their ability to improve water quality. Therefore, to improve our understanding of how watershed-scale land use practices influence wetland ecosystem health, we assessed 200 wetlands across West Virginia and evaluated their water quality, vegetation composition, and aquatic macroinvertebrate diversity and abundance. We used Geographic Information Systems, or GIS software, to delineate the contributing watersheds of each wetland and extracted the total areas of different land cover land use practices within each watershed. Using statistical analyses, we then evaluated the relationships between watershed scale land use practices and the indicators of wetland ecosystem health. From our preliminary analyses, we observed that as the different types and total areas of anthropogenic land use practices increased above a wetland, the water quality of the wetland decreased. To elaborate, for example, as the area of high-intensity development increased, we observed that water quality variables such as conductivity, nitrogen, phosphorus, and E. coli bacteria concentrations also increased. This indicates that anthropogenic land use practices do have an influence on a wetland's ecosystem health and therefore could have cascading negative ecological impacts as water from these wetlands drain into the Chesapeake Bay and the Gulf of Mexico. The results of this project will be also used to develop wetland water quality standards for West Virginia and help advance more comprehensive wetland regulations. Thank you.